Hello, I'm Lee, and I have the pleasure of sharing with you why I love lavender. Just digressing a minute, we've been talking about lavender in bottles, and this is a 15ml bottle. You can also get lavender in a 10ml roller. So take that off, it's got a roller in the top of it, and you can roll it on. And I love these, so handy for me to use and carry in my handbag, but they're great when there's little kids around, because when they've grazed themselves or they're just whinging or they're feeling a bit stressed, I know some kids that get a bit worried when there's a stranger coming into their classroom and their mum has a little roller with a few different oils in it, and so they know to go and get this coloured one to help them feel calmer. So it's brilliant. It's brilliant because it's empowering them. So lavender, it's been used and cherished for centuries. In ancient times, the Egyptians and the Romans used lavender for bathing, for relaxation, for cooking, and as a perfume. And it's just, there's so many oils that are versatile, but lavender certainly is versatile. So let's have a look at topical uses for starters. Well, I love to add some lavender into my moisturiser because it helps plump up these little laughter lines that we get when we are gardening or little kids are galloping around and they get grazed. Lavender's really good for on there, but also for the guys out on the tradies, the guys on properties, the fishermen. A lot of them love this little keychain, and it's got a bunch of little bottles in it, bottles this size. And one, you can use it at first aid. You can use this for, we can even do them as little bridal gifts as well. But always have lavender in it. And so if they've cut themselves or if there's a spike off a particular fish that can get infected, put the lavender in. If you've cut yourself on the barbed wire fence or a bush, or you're gardening and you've cut yourself, apply the lavender. Also, when you're out and about and there's insects around, lavender tames any of the insect bites and helps to repel the insects as well. I love to also add it to a bath to de-stress and to put onto my temples, the back of my neck, down here for our vagus nerve. In a minute, I'll show you some breathing techniques that really help to bring about calm. Another way I love to use it for calm is taking it internally. So in the little empty capsules and putting a couple of drops in, my water, in my green tea, in my black tea, in my cacao, any excuse for me to consume lavender. I'll also, if I want a really quick hit, the quickest hit is to inhale, because it's absorbed in our olfactory nerve, which then takes it straight into the circulatory system in our brain and helps us to calm. Excuse me. The other way is, a drop on the thumb and into the roof of the mouth, all the way in, so that it gets to the spot. We have a hard palate and then we have a soft palate. You want your thumb to go on that soft palate, and that's another quick way into our brain for calming. So I've done that before speaking here, because getting very anxious with the speaking in the last couple of days. How else? So let's go with this breathing technique. So a drop of lavender, or even if you've got this chappy, you can roll that into your palm and then breathe it in. So Get your feet about shoulder width apart and just sort of wriggle them into the floor so you're feeling quite grounded. You can bend your knees a little bit. Now as you inhale the beautiful aroma, I want you to use your imagination and imagine you're breathing from the middle of Mother Earth up through the earth, up through your feet, up through your legs and into your torso, and then fill every cell in your body. And then as you breathe out, make the shape like you're breathing out through a straw, and then just breathe out really slowly. Now let's do that again. So breathe in, but this time as we're breathing, imagine coming from Mother Earth up through our legs, our feet and our legs. Breathe in love and gratitude. And then as you breathe out stress and overwhelm. We women tend to grab hold of overwhelm. So let's breathe it out. Do that 4 to 6 times before each meal and before bed. And you'll find that you start to really calm down. We have 2 systems in our body. We have the sympathetic, which is the flight and fright, and we have the parasympathetic, which is the rest, digest and heal. And we're very good at being in this one with our busy lives and all the pressures we put on ourselves. But when we're in this one, our digestion ceases, our hormone balancing, our hormones stop, because we're in run for our life, because that's what used to happen back when we were cave dwellers. We'd be running from an animal that wanted to eat us. Then when we finished, when we're safe, we take a big deep breath in, and then our body starts to go, then it lets it know to start digesting and for the hormones to start working again. And the hormones help with our digestion, with our, you know, we say hormones and we think of our sex hormones. Hormones are used for a whole lot of things in our keeping our body working right. So remember, we need to do those big deep breaths in. So breathe up from Mother Earth, through your feet, through your legs, into your body, breathing in love and gratitude with this beautiful oil that's oil of communication. And then breathe out your stress and overwhelm. And do that 4 times a day over the rest of this week. And let us know by the end of the week how things are, how things are different for you. Also, how I love to use lavender. I love using her around the house. So I've kind of put in a couple of recipes here. I love, if you love cleaning with vinegar, but you hate that really sharp smell, add a couple of drops of lavender and that'll just tame it down. The DIY recipes I'll include are a baby powder recipe, and I'm a big baby. I love this recipe for a body powder for me. And another one is a cuticle cream. But I'll also give you the link to the doTERRA blog so you can look and find a whole lot more recipes. Another sneaky recipe, and you'll learn that I'm pretty sneaky. If your kids love ice cream, what I do is I get a 3 litre of vanilla ice cream and I soften it. Then I add in just 2 drops of lavender, stir that around, and then I put it back in the freezer and let it freeze. So you're helping your kids to calm and get prepared for bed when you're giving them dessert. There's a few other recipes in here as well that are favourites of the team. And one is the lavender cupcakes with lavender cream cheese frosting. Oh, yum, they're just so delicious. Then there's a shake recipe as well. And there's a panna cotta recipe with some lavender in it as well. Just so delicious. So what else do we need to cover? Oh, the other thing, did I mention, I like to add the lavender into my moisturizer because it just helps with, helps keep us young for longer. So let us know how you're used to using lavender, or a way that you went, wow, I hadn't thought of using lavender like that. Put those in the comments so that if we all help each other learn, that's really going to make this week that's fabulous anyway, to make it even more fabulous. So really enjoy. She's a magic oil. And do your breathing 4 times a day. And if you don't have lavender, because 3 of the groups have lavender, because lavender is great for pain, so put it topically. For sleep, you can use it aromatically or in the bath. And for stress, actually talking about stress, a lot of my stress I get in my tummy. So I love to rub lavender on my tummy. It just helps to bring about that calm. So if you don't have lavender in yours, what you could do is do the same thing with the lemon. Lemon's a very happy, uplifting oil. I mentioned before that lavender is the oil of communication, and this is the chakra of communication. Chakras are energy centers. So you can put some lavender around here. This helps us to speak out more easily, more clearly. It's also, communication can be silent. So going within and tuning into ourselves, what's really going on. The silence is just as powerful as speaking out. So enjoy your week with lavender, or your life with lavender, because I certainly don't want to live without lavender. So enjoy, and thank you for being part of the Essential Oil Study.